Coming at you from the Rye TV studio is the Rye Sports Report. On this episode, we wrap up the fall season, bring Coach Tuttle back for an interview, and sit down with captains to preview the winter season. All of this and more right now.
Welcome to the Rye Sports Report for the 2015-2016 school year. I'm Matt Shainberg.
And I'm Dylan Leahy. Let's get started.
Although the Rye football team was the 2014 Section 1 champions, many pundits projected a decline for the Garnets in 2015 after the loss of all-state athletes Andrew Livingston and Tim DeGraw. However, led by captains Chase Pratt, Pat Hull, Drake Turcotte, and Tim Hale, as well as new quarterback TJ Lavelle, the Garnets plowed through the regular season in spectacular fashion. Throughout the season, the Garnets' calling card was their defense, headed by new varsity assistant coach Simon Burke. Anchored by Pratt in the middle and Santi Mascolo and Drake Turcotte off the edges, the Garnets' defense was a force to be reckoned with. The offensive side of the ball was equally as impressive, as TJ Lavelle adjusted seamlessly to his new role under center. A balanced Garnets attack saw contributions from talented weapons such as Jamie Chabot, Brett Egan, and Aiden Lavelle. Even with the toughest schedule in all of Section 1, Rye had an unblemished 6-0 regular season record, with key wins on the road against Somers, as well as at home against Yorktown and Our Lady of Lourdes. Rye fans were also treated to not one, but two victories over arch-rival Harrison in consecutive weeks, as the Garnets won 28-14 in the last game of the regular season, and then destroyed the Huskies 34-6 in the first round at home. Heading into the playoffs as the number 1 team in Section 1 and third overall in the state, the Garnets reached the section finals with blowout victories over Harrison and Hendrick Hudson, followed by a nail-biter victory in a rematch versus Yorktown. In the section finals versus third-seeded Our Lady of Lourdes, Rye lost 14-7, ending their state title hopes. Look for Lavelle and the Chabot trio of Jamie, Billy, and Pierre to bring our town yet another exciting football season in 2016.
Led by junior star Fusine Govert, the Garnets field hockey squad put together another outstanding season this year. A controversial Section 1 ruling that barred the team's male players from competing was more than enough motivation to start the season fired up. Under the leadership of captains Abby Abate, Mallory Lynch, and Laura Martinelli, the Garnets finished the season undefeated at 16-0-1. Alongside leading goal scorer Fusine Govert, Abate and other key offensive players such as Ellie O'Callahan helped Rye bury almost every team they faced, as the Garnets averaged an astounding 7 goals per game. However, this offensive dominance did not overshadow the Garnets' consistently stellar defense. Aided by frequent lockdown performances from sisters Anna and Loche Rogar, senior goalkeeper Allie Howard denied scoring chances from some of the section's most dangerous offensive threats. This outstanding effort propelled the girls through the playoffs as they easily made their way to the section final after crushing Nanuet 8-0 and shutting out a tough John Jay team 2-0. Matched up with perennial powerhouse and longtime rival Lakeland High School for the 7th year in a row, the Garnets hoped to break through and win the section title. Unfortunately, Rye fell just short, losing 4-1 and ending the season with an 18-1-1 record. Although Rye will graduate several key players this year, the Garnets should be set for future success. Govert was unstoppable this season and will only improve in the offseason. In addition, Rye will also continue to receive help from young players like Loche Rogar and Kate Holzer. It would certainly be realistic to predict a section title in the team's near future.
Behind Owen Moore's stellar season in net and countless goals courtesy of Will Caldwell and Leo Gomes, the varsity boys soccer team compiled a 12-4 regular season record. Perhaps the most impressive wins for the team, and arguably across all Garnet sports, were 2 victories against former state champs Byram Hills. Senior John DePalma brought much-needed experience to a young defense, as the Garnets allowed less than 1 goal per game. Entering the Section 1 playoffs as the 5 seed, Rye was upset by 12-seed Eastchester 1-0 in overtime, ending their season. Despite the unfortunate early exit, the team garnered much postseason recognition. Caldwell and Gomes earned all-section, while Moore and sophomore Carl Friedrich earned all-league honors. With a wealth of young talent highlighted by Friedrich and sophomore Alec Jouts, look for Rye to make a deeper postseason run next fall.
The girls' soccer team finished off the regular season with a 6-6-4 record, earning the 9 seed in postseason play. The Garnets tied in hard-fought battles against Harrison and Byram, 2 of the best teams in Section 1, and notched impressive victories over Yonkers and Pelham. Despite this regular season success, the Garnets drew an unlucky matchup against the Lakeland Hornets and were bounced from postseason play in the first round. Though the Garnets will lose star goalie Maddie Eck as well as seniors Lexi Bruner and Maddie Kenny, Rye has reason to be optimistic about the future. The Garnets returned freshmen Sarah DeGraw and sophomore Amanda Engels at the wing positions, along with junior Deborah Ludman and sophomore Isabel Castro in the middle. Sisters Hannah and Lily Friedrich will also fill the void left behind by this year's senior class, and the Garnets will be stronger than ever for the 2016 campaign.
The volleyball team provided an exciting season once again, finishing the regular season with a 10-9 record and earning the 8th seed in the playoffs. Captains Ali Imam and Lily McGinty led the Garnets to notable wins over both Mamaroneck and Eastchester. However, regular season success did not translate to the playoffs, as the Garnets were bounced by the 6th seed Brewster in the first round. We would also like to acknowledge senior Kylie Roddy for being the inaugural winner of the Marissa Curlin Award, dedicated to the women's volleyball player who played the sport with the same passion Marissa did. Despite the playoff exit, Coach Jones's team has quickly become one of the most entertaining sports to watch at Rye High. They are on the brink of becoming a force to be reckoned with in Section 1.
The 2015 season was something of a rebuilding year for the cross-country team. After graduating 6 of their 7 top runners, the Garnets looked to veterans like Jack Ryan and Chris Karpovich to lead them to success. In his final season on the team, Ryan put up several incredible performances to aid the young squad, placing 1st in the league meet and 7th in the Class B meet. The Garnets were also pleasantly surprised by breakout years from underclassmen like Marky Novak and Mark Willis. On the girls' side, freshman Natalie Weiner was the runner to watch. She won the league meet for the girls and placed 10th in the Class B championship. The Garnet girls were also aided by seniors Julia Stern and Emily Hasselman. Overall, Rye finished 3rd in their league and 7th in their section, and they are hoping to build on this young talent to find more success in the future.
The Rye girls tennis team turned in another good season this year. The team finished with a 7-7 record behind strong performances from junior Maggie Talley and senior Alex Manning. Both Talley and Manning made it to the 2nd round of the sectional tournament before losing to top-ranked players. With 9 juniors on the team this year, look for Isabel Apt, Ella Gerling, and Maggie Talley to lead a more experienced team to a league title next year. Coming up, we bring you the top plays from the fall season. You're watching the Rye Sports Report only on Rye TV. Stay tuned.
Obviously, a few years ago, she created this sub-balm.
Resveratrol from Caudalie. Love this serum.
Like I try to tell the girls, it's not always about winning.
So that when spring hits, we have less kittens.
Could you tell me what's happening? These are the stories I'm hearing.
I'm sure everyone's waiting for this.
Welcome back to the Rye Sports Report. Here are our crew's choices for top plays of the fall season. Dane Monahan's choice for top play brings us to the turf, and here's sophomore Tommy Gates' screamer versus Yonkers.
Dan Bonaventura's choice for top play brings us to the hard court. Watch this incredible bump, set, and spike from the volleyball team against Harrison.
Mark Krogan's choice for top play brings us to Byram Hills High School for this Sarah DeGraw to Amanda Engels connection.
There we go. Yikes. Oh! Oh! Yeah! Yeah, we got it on film, baby. Woo! Yeah!
Owen Moore's choice for top play comes from field hockey sensation Fusine Govert. Watch her make the Scarsdale defense look silly.
No, that hit number 3. Yeah.
Please score. This is going to be an... Yes, that was a dope shot. Mark's such a good player.
To wrap up the top plays, our favorite play of the season came off the leg of Santi Mascolo as he nailed this 37-yard field goal to beat Yorktown and propel us to the Section 1 final.
Check it out. And now, back by popular demand, is one of our favorite segments from last year. We brought in JV basketball coach Doug Tuttle to tell us a few words about this upcoming basketball season and Rye basketball as a whole.
What's going on? We're back here with JV coach and Rye personality Doug Tuttle for another segment of Tuttle Talk. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well, Mark. Thanks for asking me back.
Oh, no problem. Let's get right into it. So, what are your expectations for the JV and the varsity this year?
Well, I'm hoping that the varsity has a great season. The kids have worked really hard to improve their skill and make us competitive. Coach Aguilar's put in a lot of time. As far as the JV goes, you know it's a learning experience. I'm just trying to see if I can get kids ready for the varsity for the future.
Now, in terms of JV, who are some key guys this year for you?
I got a lot of them. I'm hoping that Kyle Doran plays well, Gavin Kenny, Jake Rosenstadt, A.J. Thompson, Carl Lundstrom, and Liam White. I'm hoping they all play really well. They're the sophomores that we're counting on.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What's the distribution of sophomores to freshmen?
Well, I have 7 sophomores and 8 freshmen.
Okay, wow.
So it'll be interesting. I've never carried 15 before, really? So it'll be fun.
All right. Now this goes for the JV and the varsity. What are some bigger games this year that you think?
Well, anytime you play Harrison, that's a good game. And Harrison's really, their varsity's really good this year again, and their JV should be good. Byram Hills is going to be really good again, and their JV should be good because they're good programs. Pelham's going to be tough. Eastchester's going to be tough. There's a lot of really competitive games this year.
Now, I've always, I've gone through the basketball program with you, and I'm a senior now, so I'm going to be gone next year. But what do you see as kind of the future Rye basketball, where we're headed? What's going to be future like?
Well, we have a lot of kids playing basketball. I had the most kids I've ever had come out for the JV this year. I had 33 kids come out, and I hated to cut them all because there was a lot of really good players that, unfortunately, I didn't have a spot for on the team. We have a lot of kids playing down at the rec, and a lot of that's thanks to you, Mark. You get a lot of kids to come down and play.
Thank you.
So we on a weekend, we can have 25 to 30 kids down there playing, and that's how you get better, whether it's in basketball or sports or in general, or the classroom or music. You got to put in the time to get better, and we have kids who are putting in the time. So Rye could be a nice program for a few years now because we have a lot of kids playing.
And I know Mr. Aguilar has been working to create that type of program, that excitement on the varsity and JV level. Now I think we're going to veer away here a little bit from basketball. What are your expectations for the college football playoff?
Well, I hope Clemson wins and gets into it. I hope that, I know Alabama is probably going to beat Florida. Oklahoma's already in, and either Iowa or Michigan State are going to be in. After that, I'm rooting for anybody who beats Alabama.
That's good to hear. All right, Coach, I think that's all we have.
Thanks a lot.
No problem. All right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with the Captain's Roundtable.
Yeah, I was actually the one who put him in the insane asylum.
God bless your soul.
I know, right? That's what I said.
Welcome back to the Rye Sports Report. I'm here with 4 captains: Mark Hogan of basketball, Matty Eck of basketball, Tommy O'Brien of hockey, and Franklin Goldzer of wrestling. So guys, you're all seniors. This is your last year. What are you guys hoping to accomplish?
I think any chance you have to play a varsity sport, you're going to go out there and try to win as many games as possible. But being a senior, I think it's kind of the last hurrah, and you want to, make it special.
I think this year we're really trying to make it the best season. I hope this is the best season of my basketball career at Rye High School. It's been getting better every single year, and this year we hope to make it to the county center and win a game in the county center.
Our goal is usually to make it to the section final and win that section final game and advance to the state playoffs. So that's definitely our goal this year, especially with a bunch of seniors, trying to do as best we can.
Wrestling is a lot about beating your opponent, but it's also about beating yourself. So every chance you get, you have to try to push yourself to achieve more. And this year, I'm hoping to make it to the sectional tournament and also grow the program because we have a lot of young kids who need to learn how to wrestle and who can really improve the team in the future.
Awesome. So what's the top game on the schedule this year?
For us, I'd probably say it's the Mike Geist Memorial game versus Harrison. We lost a real close one last year. Like I think 1 point, they scored a 3 in the last couple seconds. So that was kind of rattling. But this year, I think they lost some guys, we gained some guys. I think we worked pretty hard, and there's no chance that they outworked us.
I think this season, one of our biggest games that we're going to play is going to come next week against Albertus Magnus, and they're a team that's always in the top of our section. We actually played them in the County Center 2 years ago and lost, so we're hoping to make a statement by beating them this year.
Our rival is Pelham, and that's always our big game. They're one of the better teams in the section and definitely be competing with them for a section final, so hope to beat them in the regular season and see them again in the playoffs.
Probably Harrison. We just came from a loss in a dual match to Harrison, and we'll see them again on Saturday in our home tournament and then later in the season. And that's definitely a dual meet that we can win as a team if we work hard and perfect our wrestling.
Now, Mark, this is a question just for you. Coach Aguilar recently said that this team is the best he's coached. Why do you believe he says that?
I think we have a special group of guys this year. We have a lot of chemistry. We've been playing together a while. And, we have a deep bench with guys like Dane Monahan as our sixth man. And actually an underclassman, Max Sandberg, is going to have a huge effect this year. But I think, we have a good rotation with a good group of guys that know what we want to do and know how to accomplish those goals.
Awesome. Now, Maddie, what would joining the prestigious 1,000-point club mean to you?
I really think it would mean everything to me, actually, to have my name up there on the banner, right beneath some of the greatest basketball players that I've looked up to. And I think it would just be great and indicative of how hard I've worked over the course of my basketball career, and it'd be really rewarding.
Right. And you also recently committed to Amherst College, the Lord Jeffs. Why Amherst?
Amherst is just it's a great school, and it has a perfect combination, I think, of athletics and academics. And I just can't wait to go there. I think it's going to be a good fit for me.
What's your favorite part about playing in Playland?
Well, Playland's a great rink for us to play in because it's very close to the school, very close for all the fans to get to. And the stands actually surround the ice, so really great environment, very loud for all the fans, and it's great to have people cheering you on.
Definitely. Franklin, take us through a day at a wrestling tournament.
So every wrestling tournament really starts the week before, making sure that you're at the right weight class and put in all the preparation. And then that Saturday morning, we get on the bus at like 6:30, weigh in at 7:30. Then you'll eat. Then you get ready to wrestle at 9, and you're basically wrestling all day in a 16-man bracket at each weight class. And if you lose your first match, that can sometimes put you out for the whole day. So it's really important that you're on your game the whole day.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to stray away from sports here a little bit. What's your favorite warm-up song?
Zach Sandberg actually made our team warm-up mix recently, and I begged for him to put on 2 songs, Forever by Drake and those guys, and then Darude, Sandstorm, his personal favorite. We end on it. Gets me really hyped. I love it.
I'd say Bring 'Em Out, I think, because it's kind of been a tradition. We kind of start with that. It starts our warm-up, and it kind of gets me ready for the game.
Thunderstruck, definitely for us, it's been the song we've come out to, and the Rye varsity team has always come out to, and like the song you look forward to coming out to when you were on Modify or even younger. So that's definitely the song that gets us ready to play a game.
Our music's definitely been a little sporadic. We've had some serious inconsistency with our walkout music. Hopefully Miles, that's his job, is going to step it up this year. But definitely in practice, I think the song Till I Collapse by Eminem is definitely a good pump-up song.
And lastly, what will you guys take away from being athletes at Rye?
I think Rye is a special school, and apart from academics and the social life during school, I think athletics is in its own right, it's a special thing. I think there's a great community surrounding it. The fans love to come out and support us. There's always chemistry between players, and I don't think I'd rather play at any other school.
Yeah, I agree with Mark. I think the sports really foster a sense of community, and they allow you to rely on each other as teammates and to form great friendships. And I think it just emphasizes the importance of sports, not just for competitive athletes, but for people just to learn life lessons and have great experiences.
Yeah, I agree with Maddie, and to add to that, I think Rye has a great history in sports, and just honoring that tradition is very important. And also, like she said, very sense of community comes out of the sports that we play in, and really builds friendships and trust in each other.
I've definitely learned a lot of lessons throughout my wrestling career, just from hard work and perseverance. I'll definitely take that with me wherever I go.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Well, that's all we got for this episode. Now, before we leave, we'd like to end by acknowledging some of our seniors who have committed to colleges so far. And from all of us here at the Rye Sports Report, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Go right.